There you go. Oh, this is nice. Perfect. Everything is good. 30 frames per second. Drop frames, 30. Okay. This is pretty good. Hi. Cool. Hey guys, hi. So today we are still trying to figure out this whole thing with streaming. It is kind of insane because there are a lot of constraints that this has. Um, I had to move the settings, mess around with the settings, mess around with pretty much everything. And I feel like the settings are good now. I had to lower the quality of some of the. Oh, some of the what? What's this? Give me 1 second. Configure both backup and primary streams. So I'm literally just checking. I'm trying to understand the settings. It's been like 3 days. Please configure both primary and backup streams correctly. The comparison. The comparison of the streams failed because one of the streams has invalid configuration. The stream's current bitrate is higher than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use stream bitrate of 1000 kbps. Okay, so I have to lower the bitrate to 100 kbps to 1000. Okay, so so far so good. We're doing things fine. No drop frames. We're good. Okay, so guys, today we are gonna check Gangstalking content, and we are gonna be using um, a second monitor to find this, to figure this out first. So let me just update this real quick, and then we are gonna continue. And just give me 1 second. Display capture. Screen 2. There we go. Cool. So we're all set. All right. So here we go, guys. So we're gonna start checking this out first. So in this stream, we're just gonna check out Gangstalking content. We're gonna pretty much follow what is being told to the masses in regards to the use of directed energy weapons, in regards to the current state of the world. And here we go. So we are just scrolling down, and it says here, "What have sworn upon the altar?" No, no. Following. Who am I following that is posting Gangstalking content? Okay, so we can start with this one. So here we got here by Oakley. I haven't been able to go out for a simple walk in my neighborhood since 2018 due to intense organized community stalking, violence, and targeting. Been forced to move 4 times in 6 years. My last apartment was across the street from a beautiful park that I couldn't enjoy at any because my side was what? Because my side was used solely for gang stalking activity. They were slithering around outside my home, 24/7 in foot and in vehicles. This is the most inhumane, unconstitutional, sadistic shit I have ever experienced in my life. Cycles of intense abuse and terrorism. Hey guys, welcome. Actually, there we go. We got the chat online. Okay. Let me change the properties here. Actually, properties. Properties. There we go. Of window capture. No, display capture. Here we go. Okay, does it still work? Yeah, we got it. Okay, all right. So here we go. Due to intense targeting, blah, blah, tenants are paid to terrorize me, stalk and harass yet every apartment I rent. These are complete strangers that are granted access to me and my vehicle. My home, my car was evaded and vandalized. You know, this is one of the craziest things to understand about gang stalking is that your car, your belongings will actually get vandalized, which is the craziest thing. Am I still streaming? This thing is behaving. Am I streaming, guys? Give me a second. What's going on? Am I streaming or not? This thing is just acting really weird. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, we are live. We good. Okay, cool. We'll just check. All right, cool. Sorry about that. So now we got going. So you know, one of the things that I remember that actually happened clearly was when my car actually got made a copy of. Like someone actually made a copy of my car's key, of my car keys, and my car was vandalized here and there. Like there was someone in town, literally with a copy of my car key, and that's the craziest thing. But you know, there is an actual effort on destroying someone. There actually is an actual effort at destroying you if you're a targeted individual. So like I had to literally change everything about me, everything that I do, my work. I literally had to change everything in order to escape gang stalking because otherwise these people would have been harassing me still. You know, if you are a targeted individual, honestly, you should never be by yourself. There should always be a person with you. That is the most insane thing about it is that when you tell about gang stalking to anyone, they're not gonna believe you. And the thing is that when there is someone with you, it's gonna decrease the possibility of anything gang stalking related happening to you because you are the only one that is supposed to see it. You are gonna get harassed only if you are by yourself, which is the craziest thing. And we're gonna keep going, keep reading this right now. So here we go. We got this that says, my vehicle, my home and car invaded and vandalized. My personal belongings, electronics, furniture destroyed. So honestly, my house got vandalized. Like a lot of stuff happened to me during gang stalking. You know, it's insane. My DLSS cards were stolen. Blah blah blah. Driver's license, social security cards, arrested twice falsely. This is a small fraction of what I'm forced to endure. You wouldn't believe the violence, cruelty, harassment that I'm enduring 6 long years. I'm in prison in my apartment due to this nasty, evil situation. Lost my freedom of privacy the entire life and have never committed a crime or done anything wrong in the world. This is, this actually, this sounds about right. This sounds about right. If you're getting targeted, like this sounds like insanity, doesn't it? It just sounds like an insanity. Mm. But this insanity is actually valid. It's totally valid, you guys. So let's move on. Let's continue moving on with more content. So what remote torture? Look at that innocent looking Asian lady. So one of the things about this that you guys have to understand is that remote torture. I don't mean this in a hostile way. Friend, I don't mean this in a hostile way. So Nikola Tesla is saying, why would someone decide to destroy another person? Yes, we know. Yes, we know. Yes, we know because they are narcissists. But why would someone put so much effort in something? I would, that's the one thing that I don't understand because I'm not like that. Like I'm not like that. Like even I am honestly just putting my effort in working and developing myself as a human being, and I'm doing that, by exposing and I, you know, if I was someone else, I would be trying to get even. But the truth is that there is no glory in getting even. There is nothing for me. So what I'm gonna do is that I am simply gonna do my best to become the best version of myself. I'm gonna get crazy abs. I'm gonna just literally just make a living off YouTube, and I had literally had to structure my life in a way that would make me free from gangstalking, and that's YouTube. YouTube is literally the answer. So Stevie Wells saying, "Hey man, you're a great inspiration." Thank you, Stevie. Thank you. I'm trying to. And there is a stigma when people talk about gang stalking. You know what I mean? Like even when I look at someone that's talking about gang stalking, like even I that went through it, I'm like, make sure you check your head first. So friend says, you seem like a nice guy, but I think you are suffering from low-level paranoid schizophrenia. The gang stalking stuff is a delusion. I'm not gonna defend my point because I don't need to. I know what I lived and I know what it is, and the truth is that. You can believe whatever you want. You're entitled to your opinion. What this channel is I am giving a testimony of my experiences. That's it. That's it. So, and let me tell you, friend, understand that there are people that are actually crazy that believe that they are getting gang stalked. There's people that have paranoid delusions. That's true. 100%. I'm not gonna tell you that. And whether or not I am one of them, that is exactly the reason that I have this channel. Like, look at how I am. Look at how I am. How do you say? Look at my behavior. Look at my workouts. Look at this channel is to show you via my actions, via my progress, be it physically, be it psychologically, via the discussions that we have here in the lives, so you guys can clearly see that my testimony is valid and based on truth and not a delusion. So here we got, so I mean, friend, you can say whatever you want. However, my behavior is more than enough evidence that I am not effed in the head, FYI. So then, Stevie Wells. Okay, Stevie Wells says, you are awesome and gangstalkers are SHIT. They psychically know it. Yeah. So Chronicles of Chosen. Hey buddy, how's it going? Good to see you, man. So how are you doing? I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well. Do you feel like you're getting gangstalked? I am. But the reason that I don't feel it is because I am not I'm not allowing them to access me in any way, shape, and form. And the thing is that, like, people that seem you seem like an escapade, but I think you're suffering from low level paranoid schizophrenia. Like, it's normal for people to believe that. It's normal. So I don't assume that that person is a gang stalker, because the truth is that I'm never gonna know. It would be safer for me to block that person and be like, that's a gang stalker. But people are entitled to their opinion, whether or not it's fabricated. And additionally, these types of discussions should take place. Like, I want friend to defend his standpoint. You know what I mean? Because that way I'm gonna, like, the truth is evident. No one is gonna tell the world that I'm crazy when you see me working out, eating properly, and behaving like a reasonable human being with a weird sense of humor, and I carry myself as a person who is educated, and actually has had a career. I have been free of most of my life has been perfect. Most of my life has been perfect. But after, like, how come all of a sudden just I began hearing voices? Like, people do not get paranoid delusions until people do not get paranoid delusions until I mean, let me rephrase that. People typically do not develop schizophrenia after the age of 23 or 25 or something. Let's look at this. Let's do some of that. So friend says you seem lucid, and I believe that you are sincere, and I think that you aren't totally rational in your beliefs. That is why it's paranoia. So there's ways to make people paranoid. If you have 30 people visiting you around your house every day, telling you that you're crazy and that you're paranoid, you are gonna start having paranoid delusions, and you're gonna start questioning that. That is called gaslighting. If people are moving your things around, gaslighting, like if you watch the movie Gaslight from 1944, the original one, the one that is in black and white, you know what the psychopath told the girl? That she was crazy and that she was being paranoid. However, we all see that the person that was calling her paranoid was the same one that was moving all her stuff, that was playing with a gaslight. So, friend, what happens, the fact that you perceive me as someone who has paranoid delusions, you should learn a little bit more about narcissistic personality disorder, about manipulation. That's where you lack. You need to educate yourself on behavior of people with a narcissistic personality disorder. So, friend says, are you listening to yourself though? Random people are moving your furniture around. No, I've seen it with my eyes. I have seen people go and get my backpack and move it. I've seen it when people didn't think that I was doing. I have seen the person. I've seen it. That's not a delusion. I saw it with my own eyes. Just know that I've seen it with my own eyes, dude. You haven't seen what I have seen. And you're going to keep pushing that narrative. You can keep saying whatever you want. And yes, it's for the fun of it. It's fun. These people are wrong in the head. These people are actually crazy. Like, I have seen people go behind my back. I've seen their hands flailing. I've seen it with my eyes, dude. And it's their job to deny it. No one's gonna gaslight me into even having a shadow of a doubt that I'm seeing things. No, I have seen it. I have felt the air of the hands of someone standing straight behind me and waving their arms. I've seen it. Yes. And I know it sounds crazy, but that's the truth. Fred, I'm fine. I'm not trying to make you mad. Have a good night. Have a good night. I'm not trying to be mad either. I'm telling you the truth. Anyway, so let's move on. Comanche-san, I am super interested in what you have to say. Because you are the one person that I have seen online that that immediately says or talks about, excuse me, about everyone is saying online that directed energy weapons are real. Everyone is saying that. And you are the only person that I have seen just the channel and is immediately saying, nope, directed energy weapons are not being used on targets. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am a little bit thrown off, but look, but not in a bad way. Um, you explore far reaching more than I would. So like I don't try to entertain a lot of conspirational theories because I feel that it hurts people. You know. So Cap, thank you so much. So, but it's the truth. I don't have to lie to you, but it's good that you are always state center of what it is. It's like, yeah, there's no directed energy weapons. So look at this. So this is how crazy gang stalking is, guys. There's people actually creating content about remote torture, and I thought this was real. The moment that I realized it's my own mind, that's when I began doing the channel. So we're gonna continue. And let's see. And hack, Lola. So like, AI, like why people keep pushing this narrative with directed energy weapons and AI. So Chronicle says most people won't believe in gang stalking unless they're being targeted. That's absolutely true. I honestly wouldn't have believed it unless it happened to me. The truth is, it sounds crazy that so many people could be involved. Yeah, I told my mom. And she didn't believe it. But the fact that she saw when I moved back home. When I moved back home, I was like this, like I was behaving erratically. I was doing weird things. However, that was because my mind was in such a crazy place, and now the fact that my behavior is like 100% sane. I'm getting my abs back, and I am making content. I am working. I have no illicit substance abuse problems. None of that is existent, simply because I pulled myself away from these people. Like, there's no way that these people are gonna push the narrative of my life to make me make a decision that will work against me. And I hope that the behavior that I do and the narrative that I am telling her, I hope that it helps her understand that gang stalking is real. So Nikola Tesla, but yeah, it sounds crazy that so many people are involved, but that's how people are. That's how the whistleblowers are targeted, are shut down. Nikola Tesla says. Nicola says, blah blah blah. Friend, when you attack someone in a group and indirectly, it will surely give you some stupid feeling of power when you're really there is nothing more cowardly than stupid. And your life must be really boring to not don't have something better. Doubt is your only delusion that you can see this. Yeah, friend, Nicola, why would you give strangers spend large amount of time harassing you? Look, so friend, the truth is that it's not a large amount of time. Like each person wastes like an hour or two. And the harassment is not, it's easy because there's so many. Like like if you say the word loser, instead of calling you a loser, they just do this, and that's how you know it's meant to you. That's how you know it's meant for you. That's how you get harassed, when someone says, "Oh, I feel so dumb," and the bang is what tells them, "Oh, that's for the target." That's why gang stalking is so hard to prove, because that's how it's done. Every time someone harasses you, there's a loud noise, and that's how they communicate with you. It's something insane. You get sensitized to the bangs. What would groups of strangers expect? And it's not a large amount of time. It's not a large amount of time. Whenever they see you, they just go like that. It's whenever they see you, they just move. They just go like this really quick, and they just say like yell like an obscenity like stupid or loser or whatever when they see you, or they say a trigger word, and they sabotage your stuff. Like if you leave your phone unattended, someone's gonna grab it, and they're done. If they see that you left like I don't know like your keys somewhere, they're gonna just get them and then just hide them and move them and then give them at the front desk. That's it. That's all it takes. So let's see. What Nicola will change. So Zap says, have you heard of Havana syndrome? When several U.S. diplomats were victims being targeted by microwave tech and suffered serious physical consequences. So look, friend, that doesn't make any sense though. How would they attack you by making banging noises? That is called psychological damage. Like if you would be walking around the street and someone would say stupid to you, that would create psychological damage if a lot of people are doing that to you. It just does. I already told you how the banging noises are actually meant to imply that whatever it is that has been said is for you. Who are you that they would? You know, I'm a nobody. So Nicole Tesla is saying, I don't know. Ask them. I have a life. I don't have time to other people. I doubt have that answer. Zap is saying, that's a good question. Why would a group do that? They were misled in a smear campaign made against the target and told to do it. A sense of feeling important, maybe. Who knows? So, I know there was a huge smear campaign. I know there was, because all of a sudden, like, everyone stopped talking to me. Everyone stopped. It was crazy. So friend is saying, you are having utter hallucinations, dude. Nobody's following you around your city and calling you stupid. I've seen it with my eyes. I've seen it. And I've heard it. Don't try to gaslight me. That's the truth. And so one thing that is especially done to targets is that gangstalkers are gonna talk to you like loser when they're behind your back, so that you're always unsure. Zap is saying, I was told by several people I work with that when they went to Starbucks, they heard people talking about me they didn't know, and were told to talk shit about me. They didn't. What do you mean? Did someone actually told them to talk smack about you? Like, is that what they did? Because I didn't know. I didn't know that that people were actually told to talk smack about you. But that would actually make a lot of sense. That would make because that's the perfect way to spread more rumors. Just to tell everyone, you need to speak smack about that person. Otherwise, this is gonna happen to you, or something like that. That's actually really, really. Oh, that's a new one. I have not heard that one before, but that makes total sense. Total and absolute sense. Oh my god. This is actually kind of amazing. This is the first time. But so I actually had like one on the smear campaign. I had people go ew right at me. People that I had never met before. Like literally, I had people just go ew, And there was a point where I actually felt like I was disgusting. You know what I mean? And I was far from it. I was hot AF. I had like abs and everything, but I still felt disgusted. Nikola Tesla is saying, no, Zap is saying, so they can gain more control over you. Nikola Tesla is saying, they hate the thing that they push that things happen so you cannot understand. So, that actually makes a lot of sense. Comanche, are you hearing this? Comanche-san? That gangstalkers are told to talk smack about the target. This makes sense. Friend is saying, I'm not gaslighting you. You really can't hear yourself. I can't hear myself, and I know what I'm saying, and I know how crazy it sounds. Have you ever thought of going to a doctor? I already went to a doctor. It could generally improve your quality of life. I already went to a doctor and my life is amazing. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just talking about my experiences. Like this has like I don't need a doctor. I'm doing fine. I'm just talking about my experiences. That's it. That's all I'm doing. So let's see. So Zap says, I think he sounds fine. I don't think he needs a doctor. I know I don't need a doctor. I told everyone when I heard voices. I told everything that the voices used to tell me. And all of that is in the channel. If I would hear voices, I would tell you. So Chronicles of a Chosen One or Comanche Sun is saying, most of the stalkers are not following people around. They already be on the road or in the stores. Yeah, they know who you are. So look, hey Comanche Sun, I saw a picture of me that someone else had taken. So I met someone from Miami, and this person took a picture of me. And in this picture, I found it in the cell phone of another person that came from another city. I swear to God. The person showed it to me by accident. And I was like, how do you get that picture? Who sent you that picture? And he never answered. Nothing. But I saw my picture, dude, on someone's phone, and it was a picture that someone else had taken. That I had, and like I've seen, oh my God, it was crazy. But yeah, dude, like there's people that have my picture that is like, this is the target. I know, no, and I saw it, dude, with my own eyes. And I told him, who sent you that picture? I told the guy, like it was three of us and we were naked. And I was like, who sent you that picture? And the guy began shaking. So like for real, dude. But it was insane, dude. Like that's how gang stalkers target the target. They take pictures of you when you're not looking. And I saw someone snapping pictures of me. I saw them. Like this person was wearing glasses, and we were in a ménage à trois. And the person pulled out his phone and he was just snapping pictures. Like he was wearing glasses, and I saw, the camera flashes, so I saw that he was just snapping a lot of pictures, like. And I was like looking at this person through my side eye, and then I left as soon as I realized what they were doing. It was crazy. So let's see what Francis is saying. Is saying you are having paranoid delusions though, and it's clearly stressful to you. This guy is saying that it's clearly stressful. I'm so stressed. You complain about voices in your mándame. Ocotillo. And it says it's clearly stressful to you. You complain about voices and loud noises, and you say you're being harassed. You don't have to suffer from this stuff, man. So friend is clearly a gang stalker. Notice that he is trying to impose so one of the reasons that I like having these chats is because in the chats you can see the behavior of gang stalkers. So notice that I'm having a good time, right? We're chatting, and here this friend guy is trying to push his own narrative onto me. This guy is literally saying, listen to this guy. He's pushing the narrative. He's telling me he's trying to manipulate me into believing his narrative. You know what I mean? Like it says, oh, give me a sec. It says right here in the chat. It says here, friend says, you are having paranoid delusions though, and it's clearly stressful to you. You complain about voices and loud noises. You complain about voices and loud noises. And you say you are being harassed. You don't have to suffer. And listen that I'm not actually even saying these things right now. I'm saying that I used to. I'm saying that I still feel like I'm getting gang stalked. However, there's no gang stalking because I'm not available to gang stalkers. Like, and look at what this guy is saying. Oh shoot, there we go. I'm sorry, I wasn't seeing what I was. Let me check out my own stream. Give me a sec. So, sorry, so I was covering the chat and I didn't even realize it. So here you guys see that this guy is clearly saying, right here, right there, it says, friend, you're having paranoid delusions. Though, and it's clearly stressful to me. Do I look stressed? Am I clearly stressed to anyone? Like, see that? Let me open my window because I need more sun. I need to fix. So, this is how this narrative is pushed to targets. Where people are, there's gang stalkers, such as Friend, trying to push the narrative. Oh my god, you are having paranoid delusions. When I'm obviously just talking about gang stalking. Like, this guy is literally saying, you are having paranoid delusions. This guy is trying to push a narrative about how I feel to me and to everyone in the chat. Which is obviously not true. I'm literally just talking about my previous experiences, and this guy is already saying, "Oh my god, you're having paranoid delusions." Dude. Let's see. So Sap says, friend really wants to believe you're crazy. Yeah, like he's the one pushing the narrative. That's why we have such a bad reputation, because of people like him. They do things to mess with your mind. Exactly. Yes, Comanche. Nicola Tessa says, friend is here just to this meeting to win a bad mood. Kosra is saying, I went out to get some six and there were cops following me everywhere I go on the. So look. So let's talk about the cops. I have been harassed by cops. I have been legit harassed by cops, dude. And the thing is that when people say, oh, the cops are harassing me, they say that the cops are harassing them as if, how do you say? As if the entire police force was involved in the gang stuff. And there could be, nothing could be further from the truth. And there's good cops, there's bad cops, but the cops that are part of gang stalking are gonna harass the target, and they themselves are gonna pretty much imply that the entire police force, everyone is gonna imply that, oh, the entire police force is against me. So that way, when you see a police car, you immediately believe, oh my god, that's a gang stalker. That person is stalking me. Like, I was literally parked in a hotel, like in the second year of COVID. And a police car literally just parked in front of me with the headlights on when I was literally not doing anything. I was literally just hanging, like, in my car waiting for my room to be available. And a car with the headlights on parked right in front of me. And then I was like, what the hell does this guy want? So I got out of my car. And then I walked to the police car and he left. Like, I should have thought about, like, getting a license plate number and then calling the cops saying this guy is harassing me. But, you know, the thing is that when you are getting harassed, it's so confusing. So, look, now that I'm out of it, I actually have a lot more clarity. So, if you get harassed by a cop, like, a cop lied to me. A cop, like, so if you're getting targeted If you get stopped by a car, first thing you need to do is pull out your camera and start recording on your phone. Immediately. First thing that you do. Especially if you're getting targeted. And then, if they pull a funny one, you report it. What I should have done when the cop was harassing me, I should have recorded it, and then I should have called the cops. Hey, I'm being harassed by one of your coworkers. I don't know why. Additionally, a cop lied to me. A cop told me your car is not registered, when I had literally just paid it. And I said, I paid it. He said, well, I don't know, but your car is not in the system. Your car is not registered. But he didn't give me a ticket for not being registered. He couldn't do anything. But a cop literally lied to me. So if you are targeted, you just know that you have a lot more power than you can possibly imagine. And you have to understand that if you are getting targeted, you're a citizen. You're not a second-class citizen. Your word has a lot of power, and you have to not forget that. And let me tell you, if you are getting targeted and you are consuming illicit substances, that in itself is gonna mess your whole. It's gonna lose faith in your own word, in your what you see, in what you feel, in what you hear. So the first thing that you have to do the moment that you realize that you're getting gang stalked is to stop using any substance. And don't get drunk, don't get high, nothing, absolutely nothing. Because only then you are gonna be able to feel confident enough in what you see and what you hear. Otherwise, it's so much easier to gaslight you and to manipulate you. So now we're going. Let's see. So chronicles, they do things to mess with your mind. Yeah, friend is here just to meet. Kusa saying I went out to get some cigs and there were cops following me everywhere I go. Zap says yeah, that happened to me last time I went out and was eating breakfast with a friend. Some dude was taking pics of me. I don't know why. It happens, and it's because it's to make you paranoid. It's to make you paranoid. They even made the people. I don't know what BP is. Can you explain that to me? I usually go to shut down. Chula chill, you are really bored. Kusra saying, and they were making sure I was leaving. It was weird, friend. You are sound like you are going to have an episode 2. Nobody's gang stalking you. Little less me. Little less me. Then Sapa saying, I think he's genuinely concerned. People don't know what gang stalking is since they never experienced it themselves. They don't think it's real. They don't think it's real. And the thing is that like friends that whatever. Like Nicola tells us, I think it will be better to block friend or just don't need a friend. So I'm gonna block friend. So friend, I'm blocking you. So should I? The thing is that we also need a friend to keep posting that stuff, so that you guys understand. Like I don't know what I know what I saw. I know what I saw, and friend is so look. Gang stalkers behave the same way in person that they behave online. So like gang stalkers are gonna be like, oh yeah, you're crazy. Like this is exactly the behavior. That's exactly how they behave. And the thing is that, look, it's like every time we go on a stream, there's someone that says the same thing. That is doing that, and that way I like to use these people as an illustration of what gang stalking behavior is. So like even though you look fine, you don't hear any voices. There's someone going to be telling you. You hear voices. You're getting attacked immediately. They're attacking, and notice that that person is not even defending. He's just attacking. So gang stalkers never defend. They just attack. You're crazy. You're this, and that's the regular behavior. I'm not trying to defend against him because what he says it really doesn't make any difference to me, but it helps me illustrate the point to other targets that feel vulnerable. So let's see. I think that it would be better to block it. But if you guys are getting bothered by friend, just type friend and put a thumbs down emoji, and I will block him. And then Zap says, "No, you are doing well despite what you've gone through. You are coping good." Yeah, like I feel like I'm doing just fine. Zap is saying, "Staying sober and focusing on your health." And one goes, "Yep, friend, it clearly affects you mentally and emotionally." Dang. And emotionally. Let's see. Let's see. Your friend clearly affects you mentally. Why wouldn't gangstalking affect someone? Exactly. That's true. Good point. Nicole is saying, let's just lock friend and we can continue. The cops follow you, strangers follow you, and your friends follow you. Everyone talks about you. Everyone is looking at you. Don't you hear yourself? It's literal paranoia. They want you to believe they are omnipresent, but they aren't. Exactly. They're not omnipresent. So look, one thing that is interesting. So like the gang stalking actually happens in phases. Like there's a time where everyone is following you and everyone is spying on you and watching what you're doing, but then they stop for a little bit. So they do it until you crack, and then you begin believing that everyone is following you, and then that actually wears off, and then they do it again until you believe again that everyone is following you. So it's something cyclical because the gang stalking programming wears off, and once you know how it works, once you know how the gang stalking works, it wears off quicker. So like you have to get a grasp of reality, and you have to understand gang stalking, and once you're understanding, the gang stalking actually stops working. So what do we have here? They want to believe they are omnipresent, but they're not. Cops know what happens. Chronicles. I wish a whole bunch of beautiful women were stalking me. They only, and then the women that they send are all fat and gross. Not that I have anything against fat women, like I've like banged like many sizes, and I loved all of them. So I'm gonna say that. So none of that. So let's see. Nikola Tesla is saying, what you do if a cop or someone who have a delusion be a cop, but he's just a gossip loser. What can you do, please, and tell his name? So people talk smack. To be honest, if you're a target and you know that someone is talking smack about you, you do the same thing. Go on Facebook, and if you know the name, find out who the person is. Look at all the drama, and just if it's getting to you, it's better if you're a target. It's better if you have one enemy than if you are the enemy of everyone. Like if you focus on messing someone's reputation, you know what I mean? Like instead of allowing a bunch of people to mess yours, you kind of get that anger out by messing someone else's. I know this is destructive, but if you're a target and you don't do anything, you're gonna feel a lot of resentment, and you have to get that resentment out somehow. You have to get even with someone, because otherwise you're just gonna be lost in resentment and in sadness. And why do you think I'm talking about the people who have harassed me on the channel? Because all the information is there, and I've put the pictures of their faces. I've said their names, and that is how I have gotten my anger out. And I give my testimony with evidence, what happened, and what they did to me, and I know that the gang stalkers are watching. Like I know that, and the truth is that a gang stalker is just a person that hates you. It's that simple. And look, I was on television. I did a lot of work for nonprofits. Now I'm on YouTube. We've almost at 1 million views. So like almost a million new people know who I am. And So I mean, there's gonna be a group that's gonna hate you, you know. And then, so like the good thing about being online is that it mitigates the feeling that you're getting gang stalked, because when you go online, there's a lot of people that are haters, that talk smack, and they are gonna get mixed in with the gang stalkers. So now you're gonna start seeing the gang stalkers as normal haters. Before I began doing online, everyone that was mean was a gang stalker. But then it's like, but then I went into the lives of other people, and then I was like, oh well, there's a lot of people that are hating, you know, because I'm wearing tights, you know, or because I'm wearing no shirt when I work out. And then I was like, oh well, haters and gang stalkers are the same thing, you know, and but you know the primary differentiation is that gang stalkers immediately tell you that you're crazy. Gang stalkers right away they go, you're crazy, you're schizophrenic. You know, they don't tell you, oh, so they don't even consider your side of the story. That's how you know when someone is a gang stalker. So, so you don't have to block him. You don't have to block him. Most people think it. Yeah, that's true. Uh, so it's interesting hearing the stalkers don't block him. Okay, I won't. It's just interesting. So friend, yeah man, everyone is spying on you. Oh no, I'm being spied on so hard. Friends, spy me harder. Okay, totally not paranoid. Zap is saying the frequency and duration changes. I notice they come around more when you are going through a rough patch in life. They're never there when you are winning. They're there when you're winning, but they're only watching because they're waiting for you to fall. They are there to relish in your hardship and try to make it work. Yeah, exactly. It picks up when I go alone, when I'm single and dating. So I avoid those things because I know how. Yeah, no. So I don't date anymore. And the truth is that I don't need, like, I'm really good at getting myself off. You know what I mean? Like I don't really I'm actually bored of like me, like gang stalking made me bored of trying to meet new people, because when I was getting gang stalked, you know, the spicy addiction that I had, including with the substances, you know, I was always on the lookout, you know, for playmates. And you know, after gang stalking, I don't even want to hear about any intercourse with anyone. So Zap is saying, picks up on I can't avoid being single, but I'm not there to with people. Zap says my gang stalkers are pervy. Mine are too. Mine are too. That's true. They're there when you're winning, but I'll say, friend, do I get a check for gang stalking you, or am I supposed to do it for free? You're supposed to do it for free, but you have to keep saying that you give gift cards. You have to tell everyone that you're gonna go get gift cards, even though no one is giving you anything. And you have to say that you have to keep saying that I'm crazy. You have to keep saying that I'm having paranoid delusions, and you have to keep saying that, oh, I'm gonna go spend my gift cards at. Okay, so now let's keep on. So like, oh shoot. So I have to modify my. Give me a second. So, so I have to close one camera because my battery is like dying. How long have we been streaming for? Give me a second. I have to adjust my thing. Give me a second. So give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to figure here how to keep streaming without actually killing my battery. Give me a second. So give me a second. I need to restore my. I need to work something here real quick. Display capture. Window capture. No. Application capture. Nope. Display capture. Ugh. I need to use my other monitor. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure this thing out. My phone is like not happy. Give me 1 second, guys. Actually, hang on. Oh. There we go. We're good. So give me a second. Give me a second. I'm not out of here yet, okay? Hang on. I'm not done yet. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to fix something real quick. So my battery is like but I'm not gone out of here. Just give me a second. I'm having technical difficulties. Front camera with second screen, Mac OS X capture, properties, sidecar, display capture. Here we go. Hi. Okay, sorry about that. So we're good. Let me just fix this real quick and okay, cool, we're good. that's done. My battery percent is good. This is good. Okay, cool. So I have 7% battery, so FYI. We're gonna keep checking out Gangstalking content real quick. And so let's see. So the next one, this is what we got. So notice that everyone, there's like a lot of pushing of AI and in Gangstalking. What's crazy is I'm dealing with a spiritual component too. I literally have the doors opening and closing by themselves, lights turning on and off until someone unties. On and off. Someone unties my show face. I have a spirit attachment. What do you mean? So I don't believe in any of that. I have zero beliefs of any of that. So I'm gonna say that you're probably seeing things. Are you taking any type of substances? Shop. So now we got here AI says. There has to be another reason. So never believe that there's a ghost or anything. So any of beliefs like that are really gonna stop seeing you from believing the truth. So just know that so all of that, don't ever attribute anything that happens to you to any type of ghost or spirit. Never. That's gonna lead you towards a very dark path too. If you feel like there's like a spiritual component, look, I'm gonna make you a suggestion. Look, watch. So there's this website called Spiritual Warfare Center. And look, so like this actually also works for Gangstalking because you're keeping yourself pure. So it's literally called this. Let me check my battery. 8%. Okay, so my battery is getting better. Okay, so look. What the hell? I like it when this comes out better on the phone. Okay, so look. This is gonna sound weird, but the moment that you like simply start taking control, like apply these things that are on the screen. Like, don't do any of these. No drugs, no immoral behavior, no sense of offenses. I don't know what that means. That I don't know. I have no idea. So, but any of that's a passive mind. Like, don't like follow this, and you're gonna be fine. Like for real. This is gonna keep you grounded in reality. Then I would suggest to go to a doctor or something because seeing things or feeling things like that, it has to be something in your mind. So it's the same thing with directed energy weapons. You like if you are targeted, you could be like, oh my god, directed energy weapons are turning on and off my lights. They are untying my shoes with directed energy weapons. So about your shoelaces, why don't you try a double knot? That should do the trick. I doubt a ghost is gonna be good at untying a double knot. So look, e.g. cloning, heterodynamity. Well, do a triple one. Just do another one. So targeting individuals, EEG, cloning, heterodyne. What is heterodyning? Synthetic telepathy, BCI, voice of God, weapons, blah blah blah. So let's see. What is he saying? Ah. Once yep, Arjuna, that's the exact same. It's the exact same as what you experience. TGP. What do you mean? Never mind. Let's move on and talk about gangstalking. It's all good. You're trolling me, huh? So it's the same thing. Like anyone that and you can say it's a ghost, you can say it's directed energy weapons. The thing is that it's all in the mind. It's all in the mind. However, people are just pushing different, completely distinct narratives. Same shizzle. So now we're moving on to the next one. You know, who cares? So now we're moving on to the next one. There's nothing about being forced to listen to a stalker's voice. What? There's nothing funny about being forced to listen to a stalker's voice 24 hours a day in your auditory cortex. This is torture. So like this, Lola is obviously hearing voices. You know what I mean? What are people commenting to her? Yo, it's happened to me, and yes, it was funny at some point. This doesn't make it not creepy and horrible. So this person is hearing voices, guys. So like, there is something that made me concerned. Like I went on this person watch. Oh, actually, do you guys want to watch someone? So look, let's let's do, I'm gonna show you something, and I want you guys to tell me what you think. Do you guys know who this woman is? So this woman goes out.
Cool. And the idea is called an efference copy.
She goes to Monica Pier Boulevard.
Dr. Popel discovered that even if you only think about saying a word, your brain sends an efference copy of that word to your ears, long before the thought shows up on your face. So if he could somehow read those efference copies in real time from your brain, he'd actually be reading your mind.
This woman actually goes out and plays gang-stalking stuff at the pier in Santa Monica.
Gangstalking. The strange phenomenon was called Havana syndrome.
That's crazy, right? So watch her.
They don't touch attacks. Sometimes I feel it like this. Sometimes I feel like this. Okay, sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes they do the tappy tap sensation on my forehead.
So I felt the tap on the head,
Okay.
but it's your mind.
Being in this room, I always get hit with this crap. Am I afraid of gang stalkers?
So the whole thing about the tapping in the head, it's like whenever it's like the equivalent of having like a little spasm, or like having a little twitch, or having a cramp. It's the same thing. But like people are trying to say, oh no, these are direct energy weapons.
Well, harassing me physically? No. Have gang stalkers came up in here and started messing with me, trying to disturb me and disturb the people who work here enough for people to keep me out? Yes, they have. Yes, they have been here. Yes, they have tried that. But I'm not scared of
She's psycho.
place because you got a lot of homeless people, you got a lot of poor people, and then you got a whole bunch of everything else up in this library. Okay, so there are going to be some type of harassment campaigns going on here, but that is the risk that I take from just going outside. I will get hit. I will get hit. But as of right now, I'm trying to make this audio file, this video file. But I get hit at the Santa Monica Pier. I get hit here. I get hit in the house, just laying in bed. I get hit. Walking from the Expo Line train to this dude's house, I get hit with direct energy weapons. Hopefully you can see that mark right there. I got burned at night just by walking to the Santa Monica, from the Santa Monica train, walking to a dude's house. I got burnt. I did not burn myself on the skillet, and I sure as hell did not burn myself with no iron, okay? No hair iron, no curling iron. I didn't get burnt by any.
I feel like she's actually schizophrenic.
Somebody did cooking for me. But you see, I got burned in the hand nonetheless. So they do burn you with direct energy weapons. And you have a fake dude who claiming to be a gang stalking victim. You have to be careful about these people talking about they're the gang stalking expert, they're gurus, they're the gang stalking insiders. No, they're not. If they don't mention Popular Mechanics Magazine psychoelectronic weapons effects, they don't mention that at all, then they're not real gang stalking
I think she's schizophrenic.
victims. They're not real gang stalking victims. If they don't talk about psychotronic weapons, and you got so many people bringing up patent numbers, United States patent numbers to prove that this stuff is real. If they don't bring up that stuff, then you need to be careful because they're not real gang stalking victims. They're perps, or they're part of a psychological operation campaign to get you, the real gang stalking victim, in trouble. I'm gonna flip over the camera while I still.
According-
right here.
Oh!
Has a treasure
Oh, hello!
video
According to
of
her-
the victim pretending to be a real gang stalking victim.
According to her, I'm a perp.
Phony and false. I have to start making debunking videos against this dude. He's fake, phony, and false. And he just made a whole series of gang stalking videos, pretending to be an expert and saying that all this stuff is fake. No, the stuff is real. A good chunk of this stuff is real. I don't know about the targeted justice stuff. They've been acting crazy for a couple of years. But the direct energy weapons and mind control technologies are real, okay?
What did she just say?
It's fake. And I'm going to prove to you that this dude is fake real quick. Okay, so before they kick
Excusez-moi?
people talking about they're the gang stalking expert, they're gurus, they're the gang stalking insiders. No, they're not. If they don't mention Popular Mechanics Magazine psychoelectronic weapons effects, they don't mention that at all, then they're not real gang stalking victims. They're not real gang stalking victims. If they don't talk about psychotronic weapons.
Let's see, what do we have here? It's that rare, a lot of semi-lucid people that suffer from different kind of delusions. What is the purpose of labeling people with a mental disorder for you? So, I'm not saying, am I saying? I'm saying that I think, I'm not labeling her. I'm saying that I feel like she actually has like, so look, gang stalking is so confusing. It's like, I feel like that's what makes it even more powerful because there's so much to uncover. You know, it took me 7 years to understand gang stalking to the point where I'm free, like I'm fine. You know, and the truth is that gang stalking is literally just a bunch of crazy people, a bunch of haters, narcissists, flying monkeys that are actually just trying to mess with you. And the abuse and the stress just causes people to have paranoid delusions and hear things. That's what happened to me. And now that these people are not around, I'm good. So what do we have here? Help yourself, you are not helping anyone. Friend, paranoid schizophrenia is just a community level set for a set of symptoms that you guys suffer from. That's a lot of people suffer from. Let's normalize paranoid schizophrenia. Okay, thank you for information, but we're not here for you. So, do you guys want me to block friend? Like, just don't pay her any attention. Like, so you see, people that are targeted simply are seen by people that are really gullible. Like, that's the truth. And the thing is that the fact that these people feel like they can play with their mind is because you give importance to what they say. So the moment that you really stop giving importance to that person, then you're gonna be fine, because you have to literally consider what this person says as meaningless. As long as whenever you see something that a person like that tells you, just think meaningless, and that's it. Because that's why these people keep messing with you, because you keep giving importance to what they say. That if you keep it into consideration that it's like a person that you have no idea how that person looks, you don't know, you've probably never seen, and the fact that you are putting weight into the words of someone puts you in a vulnerable state. He's a tall man. He thinks he's handsome. That's true. Keep it going. Okay, it's not offended by these labels. Okay, so we can just, like, if you guys are hating, like, you guys feel free to say saying that he has a huge gaping meat pie hole that likes to stick giant 12-inch BBCs deep inside of it, and you guys can tell him that all you want, and you guys can call him crazy and that he's a psychopath all you want. You guys can play the same cards that he's playing. You know what I mean? Like, you guys can literally just tell him, oh, he's crazy, and just keep saying that. Like, he's doing the same thing to you guys, or to us. Okay, so now we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going on Twitter X, guys. Thank you for. So we're gonna stay on task. Exactly, he's totally crazy, dude. He's so crazy that I heard that he punched his own lasagna. So there's some crazy cream bangs of what's right now. He's so crazy. She's totally crazy. So we're coming here and we're checking out the following. Gangstalking. Looks like they're removing all the videos people are documenting on this illegal program. Crimes against humanity. Like, what? So, friend is saying, I went to the Grand Canyon and took the portal to Mars. That's where the Gangstalker headquarters are. Oh my god. So friend is so crazy, dude. Look at what he's saying. Look at what nonsense he's saying. He believes that he went to Mars. Oh my god. Can you go out and stay at Mars? Why do you have to come back? No one wants you here. So let's see. What is this? We do not give consent to any of this. But clearly, the globalists who control our government don't care anymore what we want. They know that they control the sunlight, the food. So this person is saying that they are trying to block the sun. Do you see that in the video? That's what that person is saying. That people are actively trying to block the sun. So like, are you okay? That is why people are all stupid. Because there's so many people, anyone can post any type of like content that is harmful. That's how wrong ideas are actually shared. You know what I mean? Oh, so let's look at the who am I following? Let's see. I left my prison cell and went to the grocery store today. Would you believe me if I told you there were more scumbags I didn't take pictures of? Here's a red shirt and gift card. Go stalk this stranger and hope they don't lose their SHIT on you. So this is a paranoid person that believes they're getting stalked. It's like, aren't you at Target? Like, so this person appears that was sensitized to the color red. You know what I mean? I'm uncomfortable with your last comment, to be honest. Who are you talking about? Shap. So this person is saying, thanks, much appreciated. I believed. So this is the thing, look. Like, I was targeted to the color red. And I was targeted with the color red. I was sensitized to the red, you know, but I think that actually the color sensitization, before I was sensitized to the colors, something happened to me where I just became sensitive to the color red. Like, I felt like the red, like the red in the headlight, I mean in the stop signs, the stoplights. I felt like the red on the stop signals. And anything red stood out. And something happens when you're getting targeted where, like, if your mind is tired, certain colors just pop up. And when that happens, you attribute it to gang stalking. Like, that, I remember that because, like, that was a state of psychosis. Really weird things happen when you're in a gang stalking induced psychosis. Gang stalking makes you have a psychosis, to be honest. And it's crazy because I remember that, like, when I was going through it, I felt like I remember that I was under incredible duress because I was getting targeted at work. But then something happened with the color red, where the color red just began jumping at me. And I remember that I began believing, I just believed that I was sensitized to the color red. Like just for some reason the color red began popping up. But now that I go back to it, you know, I realized that when you're getting gang stalked, your mind does really weird things. And you are going to attribute those to gang stalking. Because what happens is that everything, like, your reality doesn't make sense when you're getting targeted. So then the things that you experience during gang stalking, you attribute them to the gang stalking. So that's why I honestly, when it was happening, I actually felt that the color sensitization to the red to color red, I felt like that was happening because of gangstalking, and I just didn't know how. However, my mind did that by itself, and it just happened because I believed that because I didn't know what gang stalking was. When you don't know what gang stalking is, anything that your mind does that is weird, you start attributing to gang stalking. So like, I remember that it happened to the color with the color green too. And I was working at the at O'Reilly Auto Parts. So because like at the store everything is green, you know what I mean. So then I just honestly felt like gang stalkers had done something with the color green. But the truth is that gang stalkers all caused the psychosis, and my lack of understanding of gang stalking caused me to believe that what was happening to my mind was a cause of gang stalking. So so just understand that if you are getting targeted, the stress itself is actually gonna make you have really weird experiences. You know, and when those experiences just happen, just know that it is not because the gang stalkers did a weird setup, but it is because you are under such stress that your mind just has to deal with the stress somehow, and that is what leads your mind to do weird things. Like it happened to me, that actually happened to me, where like all of a sudden, the colors were popping up. There was a time where even things in pairs, like I had like a panic attack. However, I pretended like nothing was happening, but I like literally things in pairs were frightening me. Like I know it sounds insane, but because you are in such a state of confusion, a lot of things just don't make sense. A lot of things don't make sense, and you just feel weird states. You just have like weird paranoid delusions. However, all the paranoid delusions are caused because of gang stalking. That's the truth. That's why I'm making these testimonies. That when you are targeted, there's a mixture of things purposely done. There's a mixture of things that your mind is creating. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of unknowns. And the one thing is that you start believing a lot of things that are not true. And there are things that are not true that are so unbelievable that you refuse to believe. So there is a mix and match of actions. There is a mix and match of things that your mind does. So what is the chat saying? So let's read what Friend says. Friend is saying, is there anything common between gang stalking and having a low IQ? Or does some trauma like your father left you as a child remain unsolved? Ah, that's funny, Nicola. Now, Friend is saying, I'm just naturally low IQ. That's why the Gangstalker headquarters have recruited me. My mind did it by itself. When you start having delusions over colors and shapes, that's called mental illness. You mean you are an incompetent stalker? You stalk people and you don't know you are stalking people. Laugh out loud. Bro, if you got gang stalker like something good for you, you really lose about life. Alive. That's correct. Gang stalking causes depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Depression can reach a state of psychosis. PTSD creates hypervigilance where you start making connections. Exactly. You're exactly right. That's exactly right to the T. Friend, I'm having paranoid delusions, but I'm not crazy. Mexican man on YouTube. Zap saying he had paranoid delusions. It's not present. And he recognized it, so that by itself shows you that he's not schizophrenic. So, thank you for defending me, chap. So that's what I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back. And you see, the truth of the matter is that the reason that most people are scared to show their face and talk about gang stalking is because they are scared of being judged. Honestly, I people are gonna judge me anyways. And I have been called worse things, and the fact that I know who I am, and my sense of self is completely independent from the opinions of others. That's why I feel so free to talk about it. Because the truth is that I really don't care what anyone says about me. Um, However, I have this is something that I have to talk about. And the reason that most of the gang stalking is not is not talked about, like the delusions, is because to most people it's something embarrassing, because you kind of have to admit that you were crazy at one point. And I understand. In the beginning I had, if you notice all my videos, I had like an emoji on my face. However, I had the emoji on my face because I look like shit, and I had a whole year, where I was doing the YouTube channel, and I covered my face because it was embarrassing to talk about these experiences. However, I have gotten to the realization that if I feel like if it's not me now, then it's gonna be a long time before someone else starts talking about their gang stalking experiences so vocally. And that's, I feel like that's why, because targets, like I was told, if you tell anyone, no one is going to believe you, everyone is going to believe that you're crazy. And the truth is that gangs, that's the how targets are kept quiet. The targets are kept quiet because they're scared of being labeled crazy. However, I don't care. And like a friend or whatever, he can just say whatever he wants, because what he says honestly has absolutely zero effect on how I feel about myself. The truth is that most people depend on others to get a sense of value. And the truth is that how I see myself has nothing to do with the opinions of others. It has never been like that. So Chap's saying, usually when you are going through a psychotic episode, it presents itself with being dysregulated and having difficulty concentrating, communicating, and other things. He's sharing a humiliating experience. And yeah, and I managed to have all these crazy delusions, and I pretended like nothing was happening. My head was a disaster when these were. I was hearing voices, I was feeling sensations, and I was just behaving like nothing ever happened. So no one ever once saw me behave irrational. No one, not once. I'm gonna get some more water. And the truth is that whenever you speak the truth, you are gonna get attacked. You're gonna get attacked, but you have to not care about getting attacked. Like, I don't care. You can call me crazy all you want, but I know what I am. I know what I saw, and regardless of how many people there are, I am gonna tell you the truth. The channel has helped a lot of people, and that is all the evidence I need, regardless of what anyone says. So we're gonna keep moving on, and we're gonna keep exploring our content here. So let's see. She's crazy. Ana Toledo, look at, she's the one that said that if you talk to your cat is your well, actually I showed you guys in another stream. Let's keep going. I don't want to keep checking the same stuff. Have a good night, friend. Let's see. Targeted in Nebraska. I have sworn upon the altar. I already went through this. Here we go. We were here. No. Main questions without. So you see, so regardless of how normal you appear, people like friend are gonna keep calling you crazy, schizophrenic, regardless of what you say. And you just have to know that. Like you just have to know that it doesn't matter what you do, and you know that type of harassment it's typically makes people mad. So as long as you allow that person to make you mad with their words, they have a type of control over you, and you cannot allow that to happen. So I asked you guys if you guys wanted me to ban him, and you guys said no. But I mean it helps us illustrate. You know what I mean? Like it helps us illustrate what gang stalking behavior is. People are gonna take any opportunity to F you if you're getting targeted. He wasn't supposed to be helpful. He's helpful. He was helpful in the way that it's a clear illustration of gang stalking behavior. There's nothing funny about being forced to listen to stalker's voice. Has any of you guys heard voices? Like I used to hear voices, but they're totally gone now. And it took like 6 months, dude, for the voices to go away. Like 6 months. That's an insane time to actually have to deal with gang stalking voices. Can you believe that, dude? 6 freaking months hearing voices. So we got here from so Shab says, I said no because it illustrates what we go through when sharing this experience. Yep, we can easily hide it and never talk about it and go about our lives. But what? Yeah. So look, so that's one of the good reasons to keep them here. So Nicola says, being an idiot like friend can be cool with other idiots, but not with all. Yeah. So the truth is that like people like friend are hard to. That's what keeps targets quiet. You know what I mean? So look, the moment that I realized that a lot of the people that I used to consider my friends kicked me when I was on the floor, that is literally what led me to just not care about what these people said about it. Like I just stopped caring. Because, you know, if someone is with you through the good times, but when you're on the floor, they just laugh at you instead of trying to help. You know, it's like, well, then your opinion matters nothing. Nothing. And that's actually what gave me the freedom to be so outspoken about gang stalking. But yeah, I totally agree with you about the whole thing about mental stigmas. It's something hard to talk about, you know. Not anymore. It took me a year to be able to just put my face out here. Concerns. Okay, so let's check this out. We got here. It says, to the proposed CN. I don't know what CN means. Direct energy weapons exist. Militaries even showcase them. Politicians speak about them. Numerous circumstances which have sparked metal melting fires. Then there's this.
Laser weapons can be programmed for different wavelengths. Laser weapons.
Like, notice that these people are tying in. There's all of these weapons. There's all of these weapons. So Champ is saying, yes, it's how they isolate you and traumatize you. Yeah, I just started talking about it because I recognize how it shapes some of my behaviors in maladaptive ways. Please, can you please elaborate, Champ? Because I'm not understanding clearly. Like, do you start talking to someone about it, or what do you mean? Like these things that says, oh, my bad. These things, doesn't it look like a propaganda poster? You know what I mean? I'm so sorry. That's awful. I'm glad that I'm glad that you found the Gangstalking playbook. What's that book? 1942. What's the book about? I like that third look. What do you mean? What do you mean the third look? But doesn't that look like a freaking... Oh, the 3D look. Doesn't that look like a propaganda book? Like a poster that you would see when someone is like a military, like, you know, like it just looks like propaganda. So, like, notice that there's so much content of this. That, like, there is a push of making people believe in these things. You know what I mean? Like, there is an actual push. Look. Talk at an individual. So look at this. Look at this. It says, do you regularly suffer from headaches that you believe are migraines? When you go out, do you notice an increase in the number of pedestrians who seem to be surrounding you or something? Surrounding you after a commotion? Do you often hear cars crashing or dogs barking? When you what? When you leave your house? Have you been subjected to a stressful situation at work that happens repeatedly? Have you been diagnosed with depression? Do you experience pain in different parts of your body, especially when you are exposed to electrical appliances such as TV, microwaves, radios, or computers? And have you noticed that you hear voices mainly coming from the faucet as the water drips? Like, this is insane. This is a comment test of a TI for a target individual. Like, if you review the symptoms of TI, and realize that you have experienced most of them. Be prepared for a long journey, as this is just the beginning of a long journey of discovery. You may be in the early stages of harassment, or perhaps you are in a more advanced stage. Where high-tech devices are already being used on you, you can do something about it and start taking control of your life. After reading this, you may want to continue your search. Start with your mind control and then move to electronic harassment devices. The more you learn, the more you realize how you can minimize the destruction of your harassers that will cause you. Like, do you see this? Do you see this? It starts. Notice that it builds up. Do you have a headache? It starts with, look, do you regularly suffer a headache? Or do you have a migraine? When you go out, you increases the number of pedestrians that seem to be surrounding you. It's like this type of content creates paranoid delusions on people. This type of content is harmful for people. It's just harmful as hell. Like, everyone is bound to have a stressful situation at work. And repeatedly, it's a job. Jobs have stressful situations. Like, this type of content is you can see that it's pushed toward trying to make people believe in directed energy weapons. And notice that it's encouraging research. There is an actual push. Torture log. Let's see torture log. A year older, been targeted 7 years straight. Oh, hey, Twinsy. Torture leg, 5:48 p.m. These bastards are attacking my hip bone. I am in my 30s. I should have hip pain. So, I still feel sensations on my foot. They are a lot less, though. It has been about 7 months. It has been like 7 months since it happened, and I actually feel a lot less. I feel a lot less sensations on my feet. I used to feel it every day a lot on my left leg, and I thought it wasn't gonna go away. But the directed energy weapons go away when you stay away from the gangstalking harassment. Just know that. Torture to my cat? What? Are you kidding? His cat is getting tortured. This person saying that his cat is getting tortured? Torture to my cat with over 220, electrical field, E-field measure on my EMF meter. Really bad. Official statement and video, 5/25, 6/5, blah, blah, blah. My cat is being very badly tortured right now, with his belly inflated, and he came to me for help. I fear for his life. This is happening to him every day, especially anytime I get on the phone with targeted individuals, and mostly every time I make any official phone call to get to target individual Anna Taylor with medical arrangement or anything else. Like, what, fool? Anna appears to be being attempted murder with directed energy weapons, as her pain increases to outrageous levels to gaslight her and make it look like she's exaggerating by making her scream and be unable to walk. Intersped with her then being calm at less or no pain a few minutes later. Right when I type that Anna appears to be being attempted murder, someone across the hall suddenly urgently stomped hard towards the kitchen from the direction of the living room, eastward, and then clunked what sounded like a heavy object. My cat immediately lifted his head up to look in that direction, as it scares him, as it is not normal noise, and he's been harassed with noise with me for years and has learned that when the stomping and clunking is aggressive and aggressive noise happens, he gets sick right away. Also, while I was typing this tweet just now, a pop-up message showed asking if I wanted to save or delete these posts when I hadn't pressed the back button. That had been happening as if my phone cloned, and someone is trying to get me to accidentally delete my tweets. Someone continues clunking an object across the hall, but very lightly, as other neighbors who are members of the targeting network have done. He's so full of...
June 15, 2025, 10:13 a.m. Central Standard Time. My cat came to me a while ago.
Show me the EMF
I have
meter.
a splitting headache. I just woke up. I sat up, but I haven't gotten up to walk around the apartment yet. Now my cat just came over here, and look, his belly's swollen. The lighter looking fur here is because his belly's swollen.
The cat is purring.
Protruding out. So his skin is showing through more. And so you're going to see
That's a normal
that
cat.
high radiation, and there it is. Because I can tell. 144, that's very high. Voltage, or volts per meter, electrical field on his head, 186, 193, 190.
Let's check the numbers. Let's check the numbers. Okay, so let's see. This is going to be fun. It looked like this one. What is it even reading? It literally says 0 harmful. Look at this. It says harmful, 0. Electromagnetic radiation. Electromagnetic radiation tester. It has a red button. Let's see. Nothing's happening to the cat. She's full of it. It's this one. E field VM. Let's see. Well, I don't know what an E field is. Let's see. So the first number, say E field at the top, right? E field. So it's 192. What the hell is an E field? But notice how she's claiming that? So let's see what's an E field. Let's find out if she's full of not now. Any field radiation or measurement is a device used to measure the strength of electromagnetic fields in surrounding environment, including There are fields produced by electrical currents and can be found near power lines, appliances, and electrical EMF meters also used to identify as quantify. These fields happen to assess potential. I don't remember any of that. I don't have no idea who Peanut the Squirrel is. Near power lines, a field in volts. Okay, so let's see. Normal E field. Is it in volts? VM. The Earth's natural electric field is around 100 to 150. It's a normal reading. Oh, 192. That's pretty high. Hang on. But can fluctuate significantly in homes. It's usually much lower, around 0.20 VM, while near power lines it can be hundreds or even thousands of VM. So let's see. It's higher, I guess, on her cat. But I mean, isn't there static electricity around a cat? It is high. Fair weather electric field at the ground between 100 and fair weather electric field BM, but can reach for due to solar heating. Therefore, the electric field of 182 is higher than typical level indoor levels and falls within the range of the average atmospheric electric field or even elevated atmospheric conditions. It's important to know that potential health effects of electric fields are still subject to ongoing research. But it doesn't say anything. What raises? An E-field measure. Proximity to the source. Can I would say yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yes. Boom. It's because it's a cat. Yes, friction with materials like fur can create static electricity, which generates an electric field, a component of EMF. Boom. That's why. Static electricity arises from the accumulation of electric charge on a surface due to the transfer of electrons, often through friction. It's because it's a cat. That's why the cat measured higher.
$197.
It's because it's a cat.
202.
And it's not dangerous.
He's got high radiation, and there it is. because I can tell 144, that's very high.
And it's not very high.
Volts
It's high, but it's not very high.
on his head, a 186, 193, 197, 202, 208.
That's because it's a cat.
186, 190 on his back. Again.
Yeah, so that she's crazy.
213,
So notice that
217, 225. That's really bad. I almost don't even want to see this, but I have to document it. 249 volts per meter. That's horrible. My cat's being severely irradiated right now. Official statement video for my record.
really,
This is after I was tweeting about the noise patterns in the building, which are consistent with harassment patterns for years. When I wake
oh no, I want to keep hearing this.
up and when I go to sleep.
So that's what happens when. So Chap is saying, see where our minds go when we don't have enough information. Exactly. Yeah. So that's what you have to see it. Like whenever someone is feeding you this narrative, people typically don't like. I have never seen anyone do what we just did. Just go online and try to figure out like the truth. People, when they believe, like Comanche-san said this, when people believe a lie, they stop looking for the truth. And that's true. So look, notice that there's like little lines there. Let me see if that actually moves in the video. We're gonna do this. And then we're gonna finish the stream.
My cat came to me a while ago wanting attention. Now I have a splitting headache. I just woke up. I sat up, but I haven't gotten up to walk around the apartment yet. Just came over here and look, his belly's swollen. The lighter looking fur here is because his belly's swollen. It's protruding out. So his skin is showing through more. And so you're gonna see he's got high radiation in there.
Notice that only one of those only came up.
Yes, because I can tell 140.
It stayed in one arrow. So the arrow, right here, it tells you how safe or how harmful it is. It tells you right here. And look at it while we play the video.
Voltage or volt field on his head, 186.
It doesn't. It stays at the.
93.
It moves a little bit.
97.
It's not harmful. It tells you right there. It's not harmful.
202, 208 volts per meter. 180.
See?
190.
It stays at the lower. It's not harmful. It's right there.
Again, 201.
Like she's showing us.
217, 225.
Oh, I didn't know.
I almost don't even want to see this, but I have to document it. 249 volts per meter. That's
Okay, give me a second. So I want to see it again, but why is it all zoomed in?
It's June 15, 2025, 10:13 a.m. Central Standard Time. My cat came to me a while ago wanting attention. Now I have a splitting headache. I just woke up. I sat up, but I haven't gotten up to walk around the apartment yet. Now my cat just came over here and look, his belly's swollen. The lighter looking fur here is because his belly's swollen. It's protruding out. So his skin is showing through more. And so you're gonna see he's got high radiation, and there it is. Because I can tell.
See, look at the little arrows.
That's very high.
The arrows right there.
Or volt
They stay at the bottom.
field on his head, a 186, 193, 190.
They don't move. It doesn't go bigger than two little arrows.
186, 190 on his back. Again.
It's not harmful radiation. It says right there.
217, 225. It's really bad. I almost don't even want to see this, but I have to document it. 249.
She's not documenting anything of importance.
That's horrible. My cat's being severely irradiated right now. Official statement video for my record. This is after I was tweeting about.
She's so full of it. A lot of these people are claiming these things and they don't even like understand. There's more. Let's see the other one.
As soon as I was typing that Anna Taylor is targeted individual being attempted murder with directed energy weapons, or appears to be, my cat, see, he was laying down and now he lifted his head. He's slowly wagging his tail because he's checking it out. They just stomped about 4 stomps or so immediately while I was talking about typing about Anna to tweet, and then they started clunking something heavy around. They definitely appear to be part of the targeting network over there.
You know what happens is that she's stupid.
And my cat notices.
That's what happens.
And it scares him because he knows
she's stupid.
When they start stomping in next to us or near us or below us, that he's gonna get sick. He knows it. I know, honey. And so he lifts his head because he's been traumatized by all the noises too. We're terrorized in here with noise, and now they stomp on purpose to intimidate us, because they do appear to be part of the network. And then when they stomp, usually there's clunking. It all happens at the same time. And then we get sick. It's to intimidate us, to try to make us feel like we're being subjugated. And it's terrorism.
Oh, that is crazy.
All of it.
Dollar General Financial Services.
We're being assaulted with radiation every single day. Everywhere my cat has white hairs, it's from the oxidative damage.
And your cat is old, that's why.
Energy weapons. He's all black, but they're making his hair white. So you can tell that they're irradiating him in the shoulder area, right? That they're hurting him there. Look at that. The same thing happens to me. Where they irradiate me on my head, they make the hairs white.
It's called getting old.
And they burn out the hairs above his eyes. And even when I go and I heal it and it grows back, it's not that hard to grow hair back. Even average people go and buy things that grows their hair back. So when his hair grows back, they burn it again. The attackers, whoever they are. But those people across the hall, they act like they're part of the network. They've been doing the stomping thing for a while now, if not the whole time they've lived there. I don't think it was at first.
Like, let's think about her for a little bit more.
Sending a video for my record.
Like,
Honey.
so what do you guys look? Let's talk a little bit about her a little. Just let's talk a little bit about her. So what could be that she is paranoid? She could be on something, or she's getting gangstalked and she read too much about gangstalking and now she believes that her cat is being harassed by the government. Oh, that's crazy. So, in the end, that woman is either bad, is either actually getting gang stalked, or is having a psychosis induced or maybe not induced by gang stalking. So it's gang stalk, like it could be any one of those things, because the fact is that a person from the outside doesn't actually see the whole story. We don't know if she's getting harassed. We don't know her mental state. We don't know if she does any drugs. We don't know any of that. So we don't know if she's, I mean, she obviously has enough faith in the EMF reader, because she put on the EMF reading. She didn't try to hide anything. So she genuinely believes that her cat is getting messed with. You know what I mean? Like she believes that, because these people are talking nonsense. Nobody wants to listen. Yeah. So, the thing is that the only people that have been manipulated to the point to believing gang stalking or to experience gang stalking, only those are the only people that are gonna have interest in these stories. And the reason that we are making this content is to illustrate how to see gang stalking content. Because when I saw gang stalking content, I wouldn't believe all that stuff. I never actually tried to find out, what does the EMF reader say? Is it actually harmful? I never did, because I believe that direct energy weapons were real. And the truth is that the only one that knows the truth if you're getting gang stalked or not is you. And everyone around you that is part of it is going to tell you that you're crazy. So do not allow anyone that tells you, oh, you're crazy, you're schizophrenic, to affect how you see yourself. Like, you know what you know, you've seen it, you've experienced it. And regardless of what anyone else says, do not allow any of that to affect how you see yourself. So just understand that. Additionally, guys, don't forget to drop a like. I forgot to remind you guys. Guys, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. So what we do here is that we pretty much, this right now, we are pretty much telling everyone about how to interpret gang stalking content. Well, so I'm tired as hell, guys. We'll chat later at another time. You guys take care. Thank you guys for your input. Don't forget to drop a like. Additionally, there was not going to be a live tomorrow for working out, because I'm going to take another day off from the gym. Okay? I that might change. I'm not sure, but I probably won't be working out tomorrow. Anyways, thanks everyone for stopping by. You guys take care. I love you. Have a good one. So Chap is saying the confusing thing is no one knows what you did to, not even you. You didn't do anything. Gang stalking has nothing to do with you. Understand that. Gang stalking has nothing to do with you. It just happens to people. Understand that. No one tells you that. So it just happens to people, and that the fact not knowing is used against you. because you're going to spend half of the time wondering why it's happening to you. The truth is, you probably, like, if it's happening to if it's happening to you for a reason, you probably know exactly where it's starting from. Yeah, but you didn't do anything wrong. It's something that comes out of hate primarily. So you probably made someone feel inferior. That's probably what happened. And gang stalking pretty much is, you notice that there's like, the most gang stalkers aren't really stupid. They just know how to manipulate. That's how they go about the world, manipulating people. And they really have no like actual like skills, like most of them. So the only way that a bunch of stupid people can beat a smart one is by having a lot of stupid people try to beat a smart one. So you're welcome.